Hello, beautiful people of YouTube. How are you today? Today, we are going to decorate this pretty ornament with something which is tatted. This is a simple tatted motif done with this tatting shuttle, some white thread, and our pony scissors are here to help me. So, without further ado, let me show you how you can make something beautiful as this. So, here I have the pony shuttle, my regular old ornament, and some white thread and the pony scissors. So to get started, I am going to take my shuttle and wind some of the white thread on this bobbin of the shuttle. There are two, so I'm going to wind some white thread on this and I'll come back. So here I have wound some thread and I have not cut the thread off from this ball because I'm going to do both the chains and the rings. So I'm going to place this inside this shuttle, keeping the other one inside. So I have done one video on basic tatting tutorial, and if you want to have a look at that, that would be a great idea if you want to learn how to tat and if you're a total beginner. So I will try and put that video in the description so you can go and watch that link. So we are going to do 6 stitches for making a ring. So 1, 2 I have done. So once I've done 6 stitches, now I'm going to do a picot. This picot we are going to use to join to somebody. So this is not a decorative picot but a useful picot. So I'm going to make a small picot so it can later on be hidden. And then I'm going to do 6 more stitches. So we have done another 6 stitches and now we'll do one more picot. Once again, this picot is going to be used to be joined to something. So we'll make a small picot. And one more time we are going to do 6 stitches. Once we have done those 6 stitches, we will simply close the ring by pulling this thread. This is our first ring. I hope you're able to see that very tiny ring. Now let's move on to the next chain where we are also going to do 6 picot 6. So to do the chain, I am going to reverse the work and start my stitches on this particular thread. I will do 6. I'll do 6 stitches, trying to come as close to the base as possible. This picot is also going to be used to join to the something, the next round maybe. So we are going to make a small picot. So here it is, our very small picot, and then we are going to do 6 more stitches here. This is the 6th. So we have one chain and one ring. Now we are going to repeat this ring chain until we close a circle, right? And while we do that, now the next ring I'm going to do 6 and join to this ring and then one picot. So I'll show you. Let me reverse my work. Now we are going to do the ring. So working with the thread from the shuttle, going as close to the base as possible. This is my first stitch. Second. Sixth. So after the 6th stitch, what I'm going to do is join with this chain. I'm going to pass hook of the shuttle through this picot, take some of this thread through, pass my shuttle through that loop, and then pull through. Make sure there are no gaps or no loose threads. And once you do that, you have joined it. Now let's make 6 again. After this, we'll do a picot, small picot, and do 6 more stitches. That is the second chain, second ring, and I'm going to close it. This is how it is looking. Now once again we'll do the chain, reverse the work, and let's do the chain now. Winding some of that thread so it doesn't come in the way and trying to go as close to the base as possible, making 6 stitches. This is the 6th one. We'll do a small picot after this. and do 6 more. And then moving on to the chain again. One more time, I'll just show you how to join, and then I'll do the rest of the camera. So once more, moving to the chain, doing 6 stitches. These are 6 stitches. Now once again, I will put my shuttle's hook through this picot, grab some thread from my finger, pull it, and pass my shuttle through this loop, and then pull this thread back again so that I have joined this. And then I'll continue to do 6 more stitches. This is the 6th stitch. We are going to do a small picot once again. Doing 6 more. That's it, closing the ring. And now I'm going to repeat this sequence of ring and chain until I close a circle. So when I come back here, I will join it here. I'll show you how I do that. So let me do this off the camera and come back and show you. So here we have finished 6 rings and 7 chains, and we are continuing to do the next ring. Just wanted to show how it looks in between. This is the 7th ring, and I think with one more ring we will close it. I'm going to do the chain now, reversing the work. So this is going to be our last chain. So we are not going to do a picot but join it at both the ends. This is a little tricky. So let's start with doing the first 6 stitches. Then we'll join to this previous ring as we generally are doing. That at 6. I'm going to join it to the picot on this side. So the first ever picot that we made. Once we are done that, we are going to close the ring. This is how it looks. We have one chain to finish. So we'll reverse the work. That is the end of this chain. Now I am going to join these chains to the base of this picot. I'm going to tie a knot here to secure it and then hide the ends like we do in crochet, so that this won't come loose later on. This is our first flower, and I am going to place it somewhat like this on this ornament. So you can see how pretty it looks. Even now we have to make a second layer of this, so let's start doing that. So let's start with the next round. I have my first round here, and what I've done is I've joined the 2 ends of this ball and the shuttle, and I've just simply tied a simple knot over here. And now what I'm going to do is start with a ring. This time we are going to do 6 stitches. Then we are going to join to one of these picots. So let me join in this picot. So I'm going to get my hook through that picot, pull the loop, pass my shuttle through that loop, and then pull it back. Then I'm going to do 6 stitches again and pull the ring. This is my first ring of the second round. Tiny ring. And I'm going to reverse the work and work on a chain. For the chain, I am going to do 12 stitches first. These are the 12 stitches of a chain. Now we are going to do a ring again, but this time we are not going to reverse the work. I am going to continue to do a ring here itself. So for that, I'm working with the thread from the shuttle. Now I'm going to do 2 stitches. Make sure to go to the absolute base. One and two. I'm going to do a larger picot because this is going to be a decorative picot and not just for joining. So here I go. The height or size of this picot is totally up to you, but make it a little bit larger so that it is visible. So if you can see the difference between this picot and this picot. The picots that I make for joining are very small so that when we join, they should not be visible, but the decorative picot should be visible. So now I've made one picot and one stitch. I'm going to make one more stitch. So for every two stitches, I'm going to make one picot. So I've done two picot, two. Once again, I'm going to make a picot. Try to keep the sizes of the picot very similar. And I'm going to repeat this two picots till I have seven times two stitches or six picots in total. So I have two picots right now. Third one, let me make my third one. So once again, what I've done here is two picot, two picot, two picot, two picot, two picot, two picot, and two stitches. So I have six picots in total and 7 times 2 stitches, so that is 14 stitches in total. Once that is done, I am going to close this ring. Once again, I am going to shift the chain but without reversing the work. So I'm going to continue this chain here without reversing the work. We are going to do 12 chains once again. Those are the 12 stitches of the chain. And now I am going to reverse the work and do the ring again, the replica of this ring. So I'm going to have 6, then join in with this picot and then 6. And then I'm going to continue to do so the same pattern, ring, chain throughout the entire flower so that we'll have a second layer of this. Let me do that off camera and show you how it looks. So we have this finished motif here with 2 layers, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place it above this like so, and your ornament is ready with this. Now you can do one more thing, which is you can attach some beads over here so that it weighs the entire thing down, but otherwise you can also hang it directly to your tree like this, and you can decorate as many ornaments as you like. There is one more possibility that you can create one more layer so that this will be longer, bigger, but the choice is yours. So this is what the final product looks like. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you make such Christmas ornaments for your tree. With that, I will end this tutorial. Subscribe to our channel, share this video with your loved ones, make more such motifs, and share it with your friends and family. So that's it for today. Thank you for being here, and bye bye. Merry Christmas to you.